Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for another 90-day fiance review, you guys. They worked my nerves this episode, y'all. So let's just go ahead and get into my notes. Let's start with Larissa and Cole. Larissa and Cole go to look for an apartment this episode. They go to this really nice lofty apartment, you know, because she always got to put the E on the end of everything. It's lofty, it's nice, Colty. I love it. This is the house of my dreams. It's like, everybody, you know, of my dreams. Like, no, okay? No. I did like the apartment. I do feel like Larissa deserves better surroundings, okay? I think anybody deserves better surroundings than what Colt and his mama have going on in that apartment. But Colt doesn't want to just get it. I'm like, first of all, Colt, because, you know, let me say this first. Colt is the one who said, let's go look at apartments. And the one that he decided that they would see was a 1-bedroom. So why, when y'all sit down and Larissa loves the apartment, why now do you want to say things like, oh, well, I don't want to leave my mother behind? Okay, so why are you looking for an apartment? Like, y'all, I come from one of them families that if your mom or your dad or anybody in your family needs to stay at your house, they can stay at your house, okay? Especially if that's your parents. Like, other people, you got a time limit. My mama, his mama, whatever, as long as we have a big enough house to accommodate everybody, we could do this. Something tells me that Colt makes enough money that he could get him a nice size 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a mother-in-law suite. So his mama could stay off the kitchen, you know what I'm saying, and make her little bland food for herself. And then Larissa can still have the majority of the house her own. And also, like, they need to do it in a way that doesn't make Larissa feel like the third party, like the third person out. I don't care what they say. The fact that the fact that Colt and his mom have to have discussions. He has to check in with his mom to see how she feels before he purchases a place for him and his fiance to live. I think that that's depressing as fuck. I personally don't see nothing wrong with the mom living with them. But if your wife wants to have time where it's just y'all living together, then I think you should give her that. What if y'all won't have sex in the living room? What if y'all won't have sex in the dining room? What if y'all won't have sex in the den? What if y'all won't have sex on the stairwell? What if y'all won't have sex in the kitchen? Like, these are things that married people like to do every now and again. You know, make you feel a little freaky fucking a different area of your house. It ain't always got to be in your bed, okay? And if you want to do that, it's going to be an issue. You got to wait till your mama goes somewhere. Then you got to hope that she don't just pop up, because Larissa said that her little sneaky ass just be popping up. She be gone, and then she's like there. And I'm just like, I imagine that mama quiet as shit and be sneaking up on y'all. But here's my thing about Colt. Colt, you have to let go. You have to let go. Your mother has to let go. And I'm going to tell you why. Because y'all relationship and dependency on one another is unhealthy. Colt, your mom is going to pass away at some point. God willing, she passes away before you, because that's the way the shit's supposed to go. And when that happens, you are going to have a more difficult time than if you would just start to, like, separate now, okay? Separate. 33 years living with your mama. Separate, okay? Separated. Talk about you and me, separated, how it's gotta be. That's how we feel, Colt. That's how Larissa feel. I agree with Larissa. I know everybody want to act like Larissa crazy bitch. She gonna do some crazy bitch antics next episode. But this episode, I'm here for her feeling like she wants a place that's just the two of them. She wants a nicer place. You got the money, Colt. Don't tell me you ain't got the money. I feel like Colt has money. But like a lot of men like him, they sit on their money and just make sure they don't never spend it, which is good. You should have somebody that's, you know, saving in case something happens. But for you to be driving around in a car with no air condition in that little nasty looking apartment with you in his mind, no, baby, fix it, okay? Fix it. Moving along. So let's get to Ashley and Jay. Ashley says that she and Jay have issues. He just gets up in the morning and leaves the apartment in her car. Don't tell her where he going. And she got trust issues because she's been cheated on like everybody else. Like, let me tell you something, Ashley. Let me tell you something. I don't know what's wrong with you, why you feel like you exempt from this shit, but everybody gets cheated on, okay? If you've been in more than one relationship throughout your life, you've probably been cheated on, okay? The 2 guys that I was gonna get engaged to, girl, you probably was ignoring them signs the whole damn time that them dudes wasn't up to no good, okay? And now you wanna bring Jay all the way from Jamaica, be totally ignorant of what this is about to be like for him, being a black dude in a relationship with a white woman in an area that is predominantly white, okay? She got her little black friends and all of that. He found some black people at the barbershop. But still, this is very much culture shock, homesickness, and just a lot going on being here with you. And it was something that everybody thought they wanted until they get there and realize that America is just not, if you of color, it ain't that fucking great, okay? It is for opportunities, but if you can't work, then you can't get to those opportunities. And that's the main thing. If you're going through this K-1 visa process, nobody can work. So that's the issue. Jay has nowhere to go. So they have arguments about shit because he's just up and leaving without telling her, and then she has her trust issues. Now, let me tell y'all something. Normally, I would be like, oh, Ashley, you tripping. No. If you leave this house, especially considering the fact that you don't feel safe in these streets, I'm going to need for you to say something to me about where you're going. Me and my husband do this naturally. This has never been a conversation about, oh, you leaving, you ain't tell me where you was going. That is never a conversation. It is about safety. It's not even about control. Jay also needs to recognize that you're with a woman who has trust issues, so you need to then make her feel comfortable. Don't sit up there and still leave and go, you ain't got no fucking friends. Where is you going, okay? Who you going to see? Who you found and fucked, okay? Like, I would feel the same way Ashley did if he was leaving without telling me. Especially if you leaving in my car in an area where it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. Okay? So yeah, y'all, that's Ashley and Jay's situation. They made up. He apologized. And they get on the line and look at the website for their wedding. Because, you know, that's what you do nowadays. You create like a little wedding website. Me and Lyric had one. People are writing racist, nasty, threatening comments all up and down her page. Hundreds of comments by fake usernames talking about how, oh, you and this nigga and the South will rise again. I love when they say that. The South will rise again. Baby, the South is not under the ground. The South is here. We are all here, okay? And I don't know what part of the South you think gonna rise, but I would like for you to point out one piece of the South that ain't got some black people in it somewhere. Play with us if y'all want to. This can go real bad if people really want to take it there. But that's people behind their keyboards always wanting to talk shit with their racist, ignorant, staying in a pill box of a nasty ass house looking ass people. Like, you just always know it's people that's so unhappy with their life. That's why they're so upset when they see somebody of color with somebody white and all of this type of shit. But with Jay and Ashley, I like Jay. I actually kind of like Ashley, okay? I think they cute together. I think they really love each other. I think they're attracted to one another. But the problem comes in where Ashley is very immature when it comes to how she deals with relationships because of what she's been through, the controlling part. And Jay being immature as far as being somebody who's been living on their own and doing what they want to do and now having to run that by somebody. And then being in this situation where he knows that there are people around him that hate him and now he's going to have to be on the lookout when he out in the street because people are threatening them with guns and shit, threatening them. Y'all, I felt bad for the both of them. She was crying and upset, but this is what makes me mad. Okay? I'm going to tell y'all what makes me mad. What makes me mad is the fact that as a white woman, you've been dating this black man for I don't know how long before you decided to bring him over here. And the fact that you are so ignorant to what people say to black people, the things that we have to go through. Like, I feel like there should be an educational course for all white people living in America, Asian people, everybody that ain't black. Your ass needs to know what it is like to be a minority, especially a black person living in this country, because it is a part of the history. And it makes me so upset when white people are so oblivious to what they do as a social construct, what they do to black people and people who are of color. Fernanda and Jonathan, y'all, I felt so bad for Fernanda, okay? She and Jonathan's sister Jackie go to try on wedding dresses, and she was just emotional about the fact that her mom wasn't there, and they didn't know if Jonathan's mom was gonna come, but she did come. But Jonathan's mom is just so annoying to me in a way, because Fernanda is so honest and so transparent, and they still are giving her like, just acting some type of way with her, and I just don't like it, When she was crying about missing her mom, when she was trying on her wedding dresses, and it took that lady a while to try to, make her feel better, and then she even it was so weird, the way she was like, I don't know where to touch you. She's a human being. Hug her. Hug her. Show some compassion to her. What does it matter if you don't like the fact that you don't know her? You about to get to know her because they look like they getting married. Y'all are here trying on wedding dresses. And then the mama kept making comments about, you know, maybe we need to get something a little bit more age appropriate. This is not the prime. That girl is 19 years old and about to get married to your 32-year-old son or a 29-year-old son. However the fuck old this nigga is. 30 years old. I think he's like 30 and she's 19. So it's like really like maybe a 10 or 12 year difference, which is really not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things, considering the fact that Fernanda might be slightly immature, but so is he. I feel like women always mature quicker than men. So if a woman is with a man 10 years her senior, a lot of times emotionally and mentally, they will be at the same place, okay? I feel like Fernanda is probably more mature than people are actually realizing, okay? Family is very important to her, and that's why she cares so much about Jackie and the mama liking her and wanting to be there for her. But the mom just kept making all them little comments. I was just getting annoyed. Like, she 19 years old. If she won't wear her back out, her titties out, she is 19 years old. That is the time to do it. Okay, but she eventually picks this very beautiful, covered up in the front, what they call their Jackie O dress. Very beautiful, very nicely done, under $2,500. Okay, and I was just like, girl, you better go. All right. So just all the little sly comments by the mom and everything. It's like, oh, lady, you really need to get over it. You really need to get over it. This is who your son want to marry. This is who he wants to be with, whether he brought her around you or not. I just think it's unnecessary to act ugly with her or treat her differently than you would if she was some white girl that he had brought home that he met from down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just kind of feel like, and I hate to say it like that, you know, some white girl, like, you know, I just feel like people have their prejudices about people from other countries, especially when they come from a country like Mexico. I think that they have their prejudices and they may not be saying it, but the reason why they're reacting the way that they are is because of that. They always want, you know, tack it on to her age. But 19 might be young, but it ain't that fucking young. She's legal. She's legal. She's old enough to get married. She was old enough to drink in Mexico. The girl done had a life, okay? If it ain't gonna work out, let it work out on its own, and then later on you could just be like, I told you so, after you done got some grandbabies out the situation. But mama, please stop acting ugly with that girl. Please, okay? Olga and Steven, y'all. Olga and Steven, oh my God, they work on my nerves, y'all. Not Olga, Steven. I don't even need my phone for this. Steven's ass is so fucking annoying. He's so insensitive. He has no idea what this girl is going through, just having a baby, just having surgery, trying to deal with him and his emotions, him making it about him, constantly telling her that it shouldn't be all about the baby. Yes, it should. Yes, it should. You are not a baby. You are not a baby, Steven. You are a grown-ass man who can fuck, eat, walk, talk, and do everything on his own, yet you are sitting next to this woman who has just had her stomach cut open with her brand new baby on her chest, arguing with her about the fact that it's not all about you. It's not going to be all about you. Y'all are not in a real relationship. Y'all had a summer fling that ended in her getting pregnant, and you are here to be a fucking father. Nobody cares about your emotions, Steven. Nobody cares about your emotions, Steven. Okay? Like, y'all, he worked my nerve so bad. First, they wanted to go to the park, but he bought the wrong fucking baby seat. The baby seat is too big for a newborn. So she couldn't get the baby in the seat. She's tired. She just goes back upstairs. He comes upstairs. He's pissed off because he wants to go to the park. She says, why don't we just put the baby in a stroller and walk to the park? I don't want to walk with a baby around here. Then shut the fuck up, Steven. If you don't want to do it the way y'all have to do it, shut the fuck up, Steven. But oh no, he got to have a hissy fit. She doesn't appreciate all the things he's doing for her. You being the shit that you're supposed to do as the person who wasn't wearing a condom when they impregnated her? Going to the store and not knowing the language and all of that. You should have knew that this was what it was going to be like. You should have done your fucking research. All of that time that girl was pregnant, 9 months before you got there, you had time to check and see what the numbers were, how much shit cost, what you were gonna need. You should have done your research, because you sitting up there blaming Olga, telling Olga that, if she would just, make all of this right, if she would just be appreciative of him, then they wouldn't be having all of these problems. Are you serious? The fact that you want to sit here and have this type of conversation with her, she just had surgery. That girl is tired. She's just trying to deal with her baby. And you are, gimme, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. I want him. Olga, I know that this has already happened, but if Olga is listening to me anywhere, Olga, don't come to America with this fucking fool. Do not come here with him. Stay in Russia with you and your baby, girl. Stay with you and your baby. Call your friends up, call your family members, and tell them to come over and help you. You don't need help from somebody that is throwing in your face every little thing they do for you when this is fucking their responsibility too. This is your baby too, Steven. The baby is not the problem, Steven. You are the fucking problem. Olga is not the problem, Steven. You are the problem. You self-centered little dick. Okay? Oh my God. I cannot take it. Throw away the whole Steven. Lita and Eric. Y'all, I don't know why Lita and Eric are together. I haven't seen any chemistry. I haven't seen any sexual attraction. I have not seen anything. The only thing I've seen is her complaining about the fact that he don't have enough money for her, which she already knew before she came out there. Okay? Now, they're supposed to be planning this wedding. She keeps showing him all of the pictures from her first wedding. Oh, yes, Lita was married before. $300,000 wedding with 2,000 guests. And she think that broke ass middle, okay, because I say lower, okay, lower middle class Eric is going to be able to afford her any of these things, okay? Now, since she was out the country, he did a lot of the wedding planning. So he brings her to the hotel where they got, that little business conference room where they can have the ceremony. And it's a nice size, but it is blah. It has low ceilings. The carpet is very, hotel lobby-ish in 1999. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not that nice. And she wants to fill it with flowers. If anybody has ever, actually had to buy flowers from a florist in that way, you should understand how much that costs. That costs a lot of money. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Your flowers sometimes will be one of the most expensive things to pay for, which is why we had the venue do all of that shit. We got somewhere where the venue decorated it all, and all the flowers I had to pay for was mine and the bouquets. That was it. So yeah, y'all. She just has really unrealistic expectations of what their wedding is going to be. So they go to the florist. She gets him to double the amount on the flowers from $400 to $800, which makes her happy. But then when they go furniture shopping for a bigger bed, they go to this Scandinavian place. And I'm like, Eric, you ain't got no money. Why the fuck you ain't go to IKEA or Rooms to Go? Why you didn't go somewhere where you could have just spent a couple of $100 on a queen size bed, took that shit home and had somewhere for you to sleep, had the little baby out there. He didn't have to sleep in the same room. Y'all could have put a day bed or something like that in a living room and had the baby sleeping in a living room. He did not have to sleep in the same room with y'all. And another thing, later is going to work on my nerves when it comes to her feeling like Steven shouldn't be doing anything for his children just because they don't have child support in Indonesia. I don't give a fuck what they do in Indonesia. Like, this is one of them times when I'm just going to be a strong American and be like, I don't give a fuck what they do in Indonesia if I'm not in Indonesia. When I'm in Indonesia, I'm going to worry about what they doing over there. But right here in America, bitch, when you come over here, he paid child support for that baby he got. And I promise you, however much he paying on child support is not no thousands of dollars. So you still would not have been able to purchase a $4,000 couch, a $1,700 couch. You wasn't going to be able to purchase that. She was so pissed off that he couldn't afford any of the shit that was in that store. Now she wants to give him the ring back. Because if it wasn't for the child support, if it wasn't for Tasha staying with them, then he would be able to afford all of this. When he explains to her that that is so not the case, she's like, well, I guess I need to just go back home since you can't afford to give me and my son a better life. Bitch, you wasn't going to have a better life than you had in Indonesia. So please explain to me why you thought Eric was going to be able to give you that. Eric can't even give you a good dental plan. Asuelu and Kalani, y'all. Oh my God, the tap dancing on the nerve that this is. They actually didn't have, it wasn't that bad this time. So Kalani's sister came in town and she's kind of, it seemed upset at the fact that Asuelu don't give a fuck about her sister. Like, she wanted Asuelu to be sweating and nervous about the fact that her sister was about to come in town. Like, nobody is scared of your sister and her dolphin teeth. Please stop. Like, nobody gives a fuck, okay? She either gonna like him or she not. It doesn't really matter at this point. I follow Asuelu on Instagram now, and I see that he's always with that baby. You know, they take pictures together all the time. He actually spends more time with that baby than he does with Kalani. So something tells me that it all must have worked out fine, because he seems to still be here. He seems to have his family back and forth more. He's wearing his garb and dancing in a Samoan tradition and all of that type of shit. So it seems as though he's found his niche wherever he's living now. I don't know whether that's Utah or California. But what I do know is I am over Kalani and her indecisiveness and trying to blame it on the fact that Asuelu is putting their baby Oliver in danger. Like, stop that. Stop that. He may not be the most careful, but it's a learning process. It's something that he can learn about. It is also something where he's not trying to hurt his baby. He's not going to just, let the baby die or something like that. He may not be as attentive as you would like him to be. But once again, Kalani, you knew exactly who Asuelu was before you brought him over here. You knew the type of man that he was. You knew who he was when you first met him, that he obviously was, kind of like Kitty, and not as progressed as you are as a 30-year-old woman, him being 23, 24 years old, obviously. So I just don't understand why everything that she already knew about him, she now chooses to use against him as a reason for why she doesn't want to get married. They go and look at, wedding dresses, and her mom and her sister say that she's always been the type of person that doesn't want to make decisions. It's so hard for her to make a damn decision. She's so indecisive. And I think that is the type of person that she is, but she's trying to blame that on Asuelu in some type of way. And this is already hard on him, especially when your family doesn't like him. So every time he's around, and you say some negative shit, in front of your family, that just makes that situation even worse. And you don't want it to be like that, because whenever you get back on his dick and want them to like him again, it's not going to be like that. So they go down, go eat somewhere, Asuelu, Kalani, and the sister. And sometimes they have like misunderstandings because of the language barrier. And he was basically saying, yes, he was excited that she was from America because he always dreamed of having a better life in America. Who does that sound like? It sounds like they pa. It sounds like they daddy, who was very excited to come to America, have a better life, and marry a white woman and have children with her, so he can then turn around and teach his children to be racist against their own people. Oh, whatever. Well, not racist, prejudice. The only thing he was really saying was that, yes, that was something that was a positive, that she was from another country, that she was from America, somewhere that he always wanted to visit, somewhere that he always wanted to go. But he loved her. He loved having sex with her, in so many words. He loved her personality, the fun Kalani that was probably in Samoa with him, and not this annoying bitch Kalani that wants to make him feel some type of way because he's not doing everything as quickly as she would like him to do it. Either way, once they came to an understanding about that, he says that the difference between the Samoan, when you marry another Samoan woman, or when you marry an American woman or a white woman, is that the families don't like each other. And it seems as if she doesn't really like his family. And she gets upset about that, because she's like, I have done a lot for your family. I brought my baby all the way out there against my father's wishes so that your family could meet my baby. And I was like, girl, that is not your baby. That is y'all baby. That is his baby too. And the fact that you think that you were doing him a favor by allowing his parents to see their grandchild just shows the entitlement and really like annoyingness about you and your whole fucking family, Kalani, okay? Because you was not doing that man any favors by letting, you went all the way out there to fuck him, and now you telling me it was a trial and tribulation for you to bring your baby out there so they could see the grandparents? Like, whatever, talking about the baby was going to be sick. If your doctor said it was okay to take that baby to Samoa, then daddy needs to shut the fuck up and calm the fuck down, because he's just annoying as it is. Full-blown 100% Samoan and prejudice against his own damn people. I don't know why he doesn't like Asuelu. They almost the exact same type of person, except for Asuelu is sweeter and more kinder than the daddy seems to be. We don't know what, the 20, 30 years in between have done to him. He's obviously come to America and been treated, some type of way at some point. I'm sure of it. But yeah, y'all, it's just, their whole little situation annoyed me. But what Kalani said was that Asuelu's brother said on FaceTime, let me know when you done with her so I can have a turn. That pissed Kalani off. Well, Asuelu got upset and completely shut down and didn't say anything else and was like, I want to go home. Now, to me, at least he didn't raise his voice and talk to you bad, but Asuelu, baby, you're going to need to understand that that was some disrespectful shit that your brother said. And she does not have to like him now because of that. She doesn't. She doesn't have to like him. She doesn't. She doesn't have to apologize to him. She doesn't have to make nice with him. He said some inappropriate shit to her, and as her man, you should have checked that. But I also feel like the cultural difference, like they really don't have the same understanding of certain things. Like it's just the way it seems. She still should have checked him about that and shouldn't have allowed him to just walk away and feel the way he felt. But I also kind of feel like he did that because that was a conversation they was having in front of the sister, and the sister already don't like him. So yeah, y'all. Asuelu and Kalani are, Lord, a downhill battle. Lord have mercy. I guess an uphill battle since they seem to be in a better place as of now. So yeah, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Check out my merchandise at BondyBlueReview.com/shop. And I'm probably going to do a vlog today to keep Vlogmas going. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to do a vlog. And also Love and Hip Hop New York is coming on tonight, so I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited too, and I hope to see y'all there. All right, peace out.